November is a time to think about family and all the food that arrives during the holiday season. Welcome to Talk of the Town, everyone.
Well, we can help you get ready for that Thanksgiving feast with some help from the chef at the Mansion House in Summit Hill. He takes healthy salad ideas and then adds some heat.
We take to the mountaintop for some breathtaking views and a chance to see birds of prey on their migration route.
And the power of a honeybee. Our friends at Wild Creek Bee Farm invite us back to make some great items that wouldn't be possible without a little beeswax.
And don't miss what happens when we get moving with a new fitness trend called PIYO. It combines yoga and Pilates, and it's quite a workout.
And for 37 years, a family in Delaware Water Gap has been running a farm stand and baking pies.
Lots of pies. The Village Farmer and Bakery specializes in that homemade taste that keeps everyone coming back for more.
And as the holidays approach, owner Susan Cooper invited us into her kitchen to prepare some of her most popular pies.
The best way to start with a good pie is to start with a good dough. And so you have to have really all the ingredients ready to go together because it's a quick mix. You have to mix it very quickly and not over mix. That's really important.
Now let's get started. What do we do?
All right, so first you're gonna take the butter.
Okay.
Got 4 pounds of butter and 4 pounds of the shortening. And you're gonna shove them in here.
All of it, right?
Yeah, you're just gonna shove it all in there. And then if you wanna grab the sugar and the salt, you can just dump right in there.
And how many pie crusts are we making?
This batch will make about 48 of the 10-inch shells.
Wow.
All right, so
So you're going to have to divide the recipe if you want to do it at home.
Yeah, I mean, you can always make 50 pies at home. That's up to you if you really like pie.
All right, Jess, you have 2 bowls of flour here. What's the difference?
One's pastry and then one's the all-purpose flour.
Is pastry just a little lighter and fluffier?
Yeah, it definitely makes, because when we use all pastry flour, it doesn't give it that nice flaky crust, but we notice it's a lot nicer that way. Okay, just put all that in there.
I'm going slow because I'm notoriously messy.
Okay, I'm gonna mix it a little bit before you put more in.
Okay, go ahead.
Woo. Okay, I might actually want to use I'm gonna use the guard.
She's a girl after my own heart.
That's a little better.
There.
Mix
A
that
much
little.
smaller cloud.
Okay, now you can put some more in there. This is the messiest job. If you're making a mess, then you're obviously doing a good job.
Yes.
Get all that in there. I'm gonna mix that again for a little bit. So I have all the dough weighed out. It's about ½ a pound for each one. And
Nice
we put in
little ball of
little
dough.
balls, and then put in these tins. And then all we do is go over here and put that in there, and then you just hold these 2 down.
What? No rolling pin?
What? No.
You're so spoiled.
I know. It's crazy.
I want one of these.
I know, right?
I mean, anytime you want to come and press shells, that's fine. with
Oh,
us.
look how perfect it is. It's
That is
perfect.
perfect. All right, our turn to try, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Good?
Yeah. You only have to hold it for a little bit.
Wow.
Wow.
This might be the easiest pie making I've ever done.
I think so too. Yeah, just amazing. No wonder you can make like 60 pies in a day.
Yeah.
We're like experts at this.
Yeah.
Maria, I want one of these at my house. I
me
might
too.
start making pies more.
We thought that we'd share with you the pumpkin pie recipe since it is getting close to Thanksgiving and the holidays and fall. It seems the perfect pie for this time of year. So we have the pumpkin and we have, this is solid pumpkin. We have regular milk, evaporated milk, some eggs and some spices and sugar. So Jess will help her put that together.
All right,
Okay.
what do we do first?
So first get your pumpkin.
right, pumpkin.
6.5 pounds of pumpkin.
6.5 pounds
for when
of
you need to make lots of
That's a lot
pumpkin
of
pie.
pumpkin.
Yeah,
You're
we'll
just
just
gonna
dump it all
shove
in.
that all in there.
All right, here comes the pumpkin.
Kim, the eggs.
I'm always good with
Shit
trouble with eggs. But these are all cracked and in the
Yeah,
in the
there you go. You
container
don't have to worry about it.
Jess and Susan knew I was coming.
So sugar. And the brown sugar. And then we put our spices in next. Got the cloves, ginger, cinnamon, and salt.
Ready?
Spice it up.
Spice it. In they go.
And then just your evaporated milk and whole milk.
Together?
Dump it all in there.
Okay.
Let's go slow.
Yeah, it's a little splashy.
Yeah, a little splashy.
Wow, it smells so good.
We're gonna fill our pumpkin pies to about here.
Just gonna scoop it right in.
Yeah, but fill it to about the top.
Yep.
Looks a little messy.
Yes,
let's see
this part's a little messy.
Yeah, making some drips over there, but
Right about there.
They're heavy and wobbly.
And wobbly and spilly.
Whoa.
And then we have a full menu here. We have our apple pie, hot dog special, but we also do sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches, and of course our homemade pot pies, which we're really kind of famous for. So we do chicken, shepherd, and turkey pot pies. So it's busy all the time.
A lot
There's
of work.
always something to do here.
it sounds like it.
And if you want a pie for Thanksgiving, do you need to order now?
You have to order. We will be making extra, but when the minute you walk in, the last whatever you wanted is gone. So we always say just call and order. You order over the phone. You don't have to stop in. It's really simple.
A mixed berry pie. Okay, so we have strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries.
Yep.
Yum.
What do we do?
Okay, first you're just gonna dump all your fruit into the bowl.
We're really proud of the quality of the fruit that goes into this pie. It's big, whole pieces of fruit.
It's like the world's largest bowl right here.
Sugar and cornstarch. So you're just gonna dump those in.
And what's the purpose of the cornstarch? Obviously, the sugar makes everything sweet.
The cornstarch gives it like that gel
Yeah,
that you see in the pie. The juicy
holds it together.
Yeah, that nice.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna go on in and mix it together.
Mix
Go
it up.
crazy.
That's pretty simple. Is that all that you need to add in?
Yep, that's it. Very, very easy.
Just like nicely.
Yeah, just even it out, fill it to the top, just kind of.
Now that does make 4 pies. So you're going to use up all of that.
Yeah, that'll
we're
make
gonna-
4 pies.
Wow, so you put a lot of fruit in
Oh,
the
yes.
pies.
So this is gonna stretch over it,
Yeah.
not stay flat.
This is the fun part. Just kind of press it down, and then it should peel off. And then you just use your thumb and kind of close it.
And then away we go.
I don't know, I think we should make Zach do this one.
Yeah, Zach.
Okay.
This one's yours.
Smush.
Smush, smush, smush.
Oh, this is great television.
We have our half and half in sugar, so you're just gonna brush the tops of your pies and
I'll brush you
sprinkle
sugar.
some sugar on top.
There they go.
Well, we have the farm market outside, which we get all local produce. We work with all local farms in the area. Right now, everything here is from Pennsylvania, and it's only like 25 minutes down the road, so it's great. And it changes seasonally. We'll start the spring with plants to garden with and big perennials, and we go then as soon as the strawberries start, then we start fruit and vegetables all summer. The fall we do the apples and the pumpkins, cider, all that great fall stuff. So we are going to now taste our creations.
Oh, this is the horrible part.
This is my
The best
favorite
part. Wow. I love the mixed berries.
I love the pumpkin and the crust is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
All right, trade. I like the pumpkin. Okay, I like them both. I'm sure I'd like all of them in there.
Yum.
The pies at Village Farmer and Bakery are so delicious, you have to give them a try.
And you're in luck. We have 4 $25 gift certificates for 4 lucky viewers. Just go to our Facebook page, like the correct photo in our November album, and let us know your favorite pie for a chance to win. Good luck.
We hike to the mountaintop when Talk of the Town returns to find out more about hawk migration. The days are getting shorter and we're all preparing for a long winter.
Local wildlife has its own way of dealing with the colder weather. For some, that means leaving.
Birds of prey migrate south to a warmer climate, and we live in one of the best areas to see the spectacular birds in action, the Kittatinny Ridge.
Well, before we head out and try to identify some of them, we've stopped by the Lehigh Gap Nature Center to find out what we're looking for.
Tell us how we're going to even have a clue as to what we're looking at.
Well, it's interesting that you use the word clue because this is like a puzzle. There are about 16 species that we could see out there, and you use clues of what you're seeing to help eliminate certain ones, and then you narrow it down to a couple of choices, and then you have to make your call from that. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to say that one's unidentified. Buteos have long wings that are broad from front to back and fanned out tails like this rough-legged hawk here. So that's a soaring hawk that needs a lot of lift. The accipiters, on the other hand, have a little bit shorter wings because they fly through the forest. They have to get in between trees, so they have a little bit stubbier wings, even though they're still broad from front to back. They also have a long, narrow tail because that's a good rudder to steer them through the forest. Now the falcons, they're just flat out speed demons. They are built for speed, so they're sleek, they have pointed wings, but they can't fly without flapping a lot. The turkey vulture always flies with its wings up in a V, and it has such good lift that any little breeze makes it rock. And so you see this bird 2 miles away, wings up in a V, rocking.
Then you know that's
it's a turkey
what
vulture.
it is.
Most of the larger birds also soar a lot. The eagles, the osprey, the harrier, and especially the vultures. They can fly a long time without ever flapping a wing.
It's time to go out and take a look. The Lehigh Gap Nature Center has conducted the Bake Oven Autumn Hawk Count since 1961, but they do many other things too.
We do conservation work on the ridge. We've made that mountain green. That's what we're probably best known for. But we also do a lot of education work. We have field trips and in-school programs. We see over 4,500 students a year. And we do research. We partner with a lot of colleges and universities, and there's a lot of research that goes on at the Gap as well.
Once we hiked to the top, we met this year's Hawk Count intern. From August 15th to December 1st, Sean Bankos spends 9.5 hours a day, 5 days a week at Bake Oven Knob.
My job is to count migrating raptors. They're just making their way through the ridge here, and I just count every single one. I like being outdoors, and I like working with these beautiful animals.
Does it take a knack a little bit of time to realize what you're looking at?
Yeah, there's a learning curve for sure. You just have to look at the field marks and their behavior to ID them properly.
Do you have a cheat sheet?
He doesn't need one anymore,
No,
do you?
no.
He doesn't need one anymore.
So what we generally do is we're scanning, and if you don't see anything with the naked eye, then we scan usually along the horizon with binoculars and look for birds that are coming toward us. Ravens soar like a hawk. The tail of a raven is wedge-shaped. It's longer in the middle. So it sticks. Oh, look at the acrobatics.
Dive. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very playful.
They just like the current, as they're just playing in the current.
Yeah.
Now, do you count ravens?
Yes, we count.
You count them?
We count, along with the hawks,
Do you see anything? Anything you see?
Well, that's essentially it. We record everything we see, but we actually count things like ravens and Canada geese, great blue herons, cormorants. There's a Sharpie on our left. Sharpie over us, right in front.
About how high are we?
This is the highest point in Lehigh County. It's about 1,600 feet.
So there's a lot of room for the birds to be flying below us.
Right, you're about 500 feet above that forest canopy down there. There are very few places that you get to look down at a migrating hawk. Hawk Mountain and Bake Oven Knob are two of those places. Anywhere on this ridge that has a lookout, that's one of the advantages here. We get to actually look down on the birds sometimes. Well, there's a decoy owl up on the pole because owls are predators that can actually prey on young hawks when they're still in the nest. And even though it's not nesting season, the hawks tend to, when they see an owl, they tend to harass it. Oh, right behind us, here it is.
Toward the owl. So it thought about it.
Wow.
That owl was a good idea.
Yeah, that owl's a really good idea. We think that the kids should get to see this,
Yeah.
that grow up here, because this is a world-class migration phenomenon. It happens here and people come from all over the world to see it. And if you grow up in Palmerton or Lehigh or Slatington, you're right here by this ridge, we think you ought to be exposed to it. And we try to, one of the interns' job is to interpret this for the public. So when people walk up here, if they sit down and seem to be taking an interest, then we engage them and try to explain what we're doing. Share a pair of binoculars with them, try to get them to understand what they're looking at. So you're looking down on top of that turkey vulture, and he's all brown on the back. But when he turns around, when he circles, you can see the bottom. There's that silvery trailing edge.
Yeah. Turkey vultures are so much prettier in air
Absolutely.
than when they land.
They're so graceful in the sky.
There's some right in front of us, too.
Yep, right at the horizon, just broke the horizon, coming up. You see that real fluttery flap?
Yeah.
See flap, 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 and then glide, that fluttery flap, that's indicative of a Sharpie. There's three of them right here.
There's three of them. Here comes
There's
one
right in front of us.
Coming
Like too close for the binoculars.
coming toward the owl.
Look at this.
Right toward the owl. Ooh.
Great. So that's like your textbook opportunity there.
To see the difference.
Turkey on the left, black on the right.
With the black, yeah, not as much of a V.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the black, it confused me at first because it doesn't have that much of a V.
The black vulture, when it's far away and coming towards you, its wings are flatter, big, dark bird. We've mistaken that for an eagle more than once, that we thought an eagle was coming.
Thought it was.
Right there in the sky, it turns into a black vulture. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, so yeah. And birds do that. They just turn to something else right there. You see them far away and you think you know what it is, and I tell all of our counters, keep watching the bird. Don't think you have it and then give up on it and look at something else. Keep watching it, because
You may change your mind.
you may change your mind. Wes Belts was one of our hawk watchers. He's no longer with us. But he used to say, and it's so true, you have to pay your dues. If you want to see these things, you don't walk up here for 10 minutes and see this.
it.
You have to spend time on these rocks, and sooner or later you see some really special things happening up here.
Sure. Well, and I guess part of it is being able just to enjoy this. Here's
Yeah.
some birds.
Yep,
songbirds.
those are songbirds.
Yeah. Why is it important to do something like this?
I think one of the main reasons is to protect biodiversity, to ensure that no further species become extinct.
Well, we've seen a couple of dozen Sharpies, sharp-shinned hawks. We saw two really nice harriers, a male and a female. We saw some red-tailed hawks. We saw both vulture species, so it was a pretty successful trip out here to the lookout today.
The Kittatinny Ridge is a world-class hawk migration corridor, and the Bake Oven Knob is a great place to see it all.
And even if you come out here and you don't see a lot, you still can enjoy all of this.
We get moving this month with a workout that promises no weights and no impact.
It's perfect for anyone, and it's called PIYO. The Pi is muscle sculpting and core firming from Pilates.
Not the pie from our earlier segment.
No.
The Yo adds the strength and flexibility you get from yoga. We took a PIYO class with Julie at TNT Dance Studio in Lehigh.
It's challenging cardio-wise, also strength and flexibility. It will improve all of those aspects of fitness. You guys ready to get started? It'll feel good, I promise.
Who should try this?
Anybody, any fitness level, any age, anybody can do this because everybody goes at their own, basically what they can do. Good job, sink into chair and lunge. It rounds out the whole spectrum of fitness for me because I also teach Zumba, I teach Insanity. Those are both impact and very much strength. This is flexibility, this is non-impact. It just rounds everything out. Improves my fitness along with everybody else, and everybody is just loving it. It's fun, it's set to top 40 music, so we all have fun doing it.
And I love it because it helps with joints. I used to take Zumba classes with her and I no longer could because I have bad arthritis. So I started doing PIYO and I love it. I'm probably doing it almost a month now with her, and I've noticed so much flexibility, strength, and it takes a couple times to know what you're doing, and now that you know it, it just flows so much better.
Sink into chair and lunge. Chair. Good job. We'll be checking out that plank position. It's tons of fun.
It's easier on my joints, and it's muscle toning, which I need, and it's a full body workout, and it's muscle toning, and you really do sweat. Your heart rate does actually go up.
Do you sometimes curse when you're here?
Yes, I do.
Why is that?
It's difficult. It's challenging for me. The hardest thing for me is planking because I have no upper body strength, which that is what I'm working on.
Really sink in. Get your butt down right like you're sitting in a chair. Nice. Breathe. See, I'm wobbling too. I'm all over the place. Trying to control it. Abs nice and tight. From here, 3-point balance. Open up those hips. Try and get that foot to the ceiling. Half moon. You just do what you can.
I'm feeling this.
I'm feeling it too. Silent strength.
This is all just strength, and you sweat. You never think you're going to sweat until you start doing all these moves, and you're holding them and doing, a lot of strength training. So,
Yeah, and you do sweat. I know, I'm sweating.
Drenched.
If your heart rate's not already up, it will go up. Who would have thought from Pilates, right? And yoga. Let's go. Back to plank. Roll it up, get ready for the other side.
Oh my.
Another side.
Now you know what to expect.
That was crazy.
Single leg plank. Good job. To side plank.
Sweaty.
Very sweaty, right?
Yes. She's brutal.
Singles on your right. 2, 3, 4. Double on your left. 1 and 2. Bring it back to child's pose. Great job.
I like the child's pose part.
That's my favorite, actually.
It's good for your stomach. I mean, I really feel it.
Yeah. How about the flexibility? Is that something?
Yeah, it's important. I mean, it's preventing me from getting hurt.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I hear groaning over here.
8. Good job. Grab those knees. Roll side to side.
Yeah, I heard some grunting from your direction.
That was me.
Yeah, well, I was right there with you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I might have been grunting or
I mean, you need
whining a
to,
bit.
first class you think, do I like it? And then once you start doing it, you learn it. You learn the routine, and from what Julie said, we'll do several weeks of the routine so you get to know it, then she'll get a new routine.
Okay, so you get confident and then you
Yes.
start over.
And then you can really start working at it.
Just to bring a yoga mat and comfortable clothing to be able to move. That's really all, because you just learn it as you go. In each class, you get more comfortable doing the moves until I change up the routine. And it's a whole new learning process for all of us.
That's okay, though. That just keeps you fresh, right?
It does. It does. You have to keep challenging your body. You know that. You got to keep it guessing so it doesn't get used to the same old routine.
And what would you tell other guys who've never tried anything like this?
Don't laugh.
It's good for you, right?
It's tough, yeah. I mean, it depends on what you want to accomplish. I mean, if you don't want to hurt your joints, as you get older, your joints start to hurt. It depends on what you want to do. And the cardiovascular, I mean, it taxes you. I sweat quicker in this than I do in anything else.
One more. Inhale and exhale. Awesome job. I hope you guys liked it.
We are very sweaty.
That's a good thing. We want that.
How did we do today?
You did great. You did great. You kept up with me. You kept moving. You sank into those chairs and lunges and into Warrior 2 and everything. You really, really worked. The push-ups were excellent. Your planks were excellent. So that's what you really want to concentrate on, is form with any exercise that you do. You get the most out of it when your form is perfect, and you guys were right there.
And there was a lot of cardio going on because we never stopped.
That's right, and you don't expect that. When you think of PIYO and Pilates and yoga, you normally don't think of sweating and burning that much, but you really, really do.
Kim, the next day we got to the office and you called me to ask me a question. Tell everyone what that was.
Yes, Marie. I called and asked if you were sore because I was sore.
We both were, but it was a very good sore, right? Thanks, Julie.
Well, Julie wants one lucky viewer to give PIYO a try, and she's given us a free class card good for 10 of her classes. Just find the proper photo in our November album and let us know why you'd like to try PIYO for your chance to win.
Don't go away. When Talk of the Town comes back, we make some great for your skin products at a local bee farm. Earlier this year, we visited Wild Creek Bee Farm and helped work the bees. Kim, do you remember?
Yes, I remember. How could I forget? I like this segment a whole lot more. There was no protective clothing that needed to be worn.
Wild Creek Bee Farm produces raw honey, but they also produce beeswax, and a logical addition to the business is lotions, balms, and candles.
Well, thankfully, there were no bees in the kitchen when we went back to mix up some products with Tiffany Schleicher.
Watch this. Your skin will love it. So Tiffany, we know that people are really starting to get a lot smarter about the products that they use on their skin and on their bodies in general. Your products are really, really high quality, good ingredients, right?
Yes, our products are made with all high quality nut oils and shea butter, cocoa butters. We try to stay away from practically all chemicals. We don't use chemical fragrances to scent our products. We use natural essential oils. To just try and keep them healthy and as natural as possible.
What are we going to make today?
Well, we have out some stuff to make some of our cream lotions, some of our lotion bars, and we'll also let you ladies make some candles, which are great gifts for the upcoming season.
Like fun. Good stuff. All right, so what are we going to start with? Lotion?
Yes, let's start with some cream lotions.
Okay.
We have our cream lotions are sold in 2.5 ounce and 4 ounce products, but today we are going to be making some lotion samples that we can share with some of our viewers, and we're also going to be getting some out to some distributors to possibly make them more available to the public in some local stores.
All right, I think our Facebook friends are going to like that.
Yes.
What do we do first?
First, we need to get together our oils and melt them down.
Okay, Tiffany, you have to tell us what's in your lotion, and you need to start with this giant block that's on the table.
Okay, well, the first thing that goes into our lotion products is beeswax. Our beeswax comes from our hives. It's part of a byproduct from extracting. If you remember back this summer when you guys were taking the cappings off, we clean it up and we pour it into a mold to store it until we make it with our lotion. So we have some beeswax, and we also add in some shea butter, cocoa butter, jojoba oil, and some coconut oil. These are the 5 ingredients that we have melting down right now, and once they get nice and liquefied, we'll mix them together and we'll start emulsifying them in with some other ingredients into our cream lotions.
So Tiffany, now we're ready to start putting it all together. We have our hot wax here and hot water over there. What do we do next?
Okay, what we're going to have Kim do is we're going to put some vegetable glycerin into our water that's up to temperature.
Tiffany, what does the glycerin do?
The vegetable glycerin helps all of the natural oils in the lotion really absorb into your skin.
So it's a good thing.
Yes.
In it goes.
All
Okay,
right.
and you can just take the measuring spoon and mix it around a little bit. And Marie, you're going to add some of the vitamin E directly into our hot oils.
Okay. A dropper full?
Yes, a full dropper. And the vitamin E is just a good natural nourishing moisturizer. And then we're going to take both of the oil and the water and we're going to put them into our pitcher.
And here comes our oils.
If you want to start blending everything together, we're just going to turn our stick blender on the lowest setting. And you're just going to move it up and down in the pitcher as you blend it. And that gets all the oils and the water, the emulsifying wax all mixed together real well.
Pull some air in there to fluff it up a little.
Yes.
Turns white. Now, how long does it take to do this?
You just mix it for a minute or two, and then we're going to add in some OptiVend, which is a preservative. Because there is water in it, we want to make sure that there's no opportunity for any types of bacteria to grow.
And what is OptiVend?
OptiVend is a natural, as natural as you can get for a preservative. It's very similar to what they use in contact lens solutions.
So if you can put it in your eye, it's pretty safe.
Yes, yes. We want to avoid the parabens and the formaldehyde type preservatives.
And this is a teaspoon?
Yes.
And it goes. See, I haven't spilled a thing, Zach. All right, Rita, your turn. Your turn.
All right, so I'm going on high this time, which is this one or that one?
Yes,
This
the
one?
bottom button, and we're going to whip it on high and really get some air in there to fluff it up.
The steam coming off of that. Good?
Yes. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our essential oils. Today we're going to mix up some lavender mint lotion.
I can smell it already.
Very popular.
And you know what? This lavender came from Hope Hill Lavender Farm, so we know that
We remember
place.
them.
Yes, yes, we like to support other local businesses. So after we saw their program air on your show, we got in contact with them, and we're now using their lavender exclusively for our lotion
That's
products.
awesome.
And it smells amazing.
Yes, it does.
Everything. The combo is going to be a neat combo.
I think that's
The
cool.
mint is out.
Lavender and mint. It's kind
Yeah.
of like a yin-yang sort of a thing.
Yes, it is. They're opposite essential oils. Usually your mint is more of an uplifting essential oil, and your lavender is more of a calming. So it makes a nice mix for an everyday lotion.
Okay.
And we're just going to give this a quick whip again
Zoom it up.
to get those essential oils in there. Now that we have everything blended in and our essential oils are all blended in, we will start filling some of our sample containers.
Here you go. I like it.
Thank you.
It feels nice, but it is really thin right now. Now it's not going to stay that way, right?
No, as the lotion actually cools, it'll thicken up and it'll have the same consistency as a typical cream lotion.
Ooh, feels nice. You got
The wonderful part about the natural oils in it, it doesn't leave that greasy residue on your hand like some of your typical store-bought products do.
You know what I think is amazing about it is the smell.
soothing and energizing.
They really do make a good combination. And our lotion products do come in an assortment of different scents that we vary seasonally. So we're doing some of the lavender mint today, but the sky's the limit in what we can blend. If there's an essential oil out there for it, we can make it.
You can make it. So
Awesome.
the ideas are endless. These are going to be such cute little testers.
Yes, and if you go to our Facebook page, you could win one.
All right, so Tiffany, this is the next thing we're going to make, called a lotion bar.
Yes.
Very nice. It looks a lot like soap.
It's very similar to a soap, although it doesn't clean your hands, it only moisturizes them. An important part about the lotion bar is you never want to add water to it. The natural warmth of your skin will melt just the right amount of lotion bar onto your hands.
I can feel that right now. It's nice and warm and it smells good too.
Again, we have beeswax in our lotion bars, along with some shea butter, cocoa butter, jojoba oil, grapeseed, and almond oil.
And that's all in here already?
Yes, we have that all pre-measured out and mixed in there. We're going to take that and heat it up so it turns into a nice liquid, and from there we'll add our essential oils and pour them into our molds. Now we have our oils all melted down, and we can add in our vitamin E. We'll give it a nice little swirl and give that a second to cool, and then we'll add in our essential oils.
And what essential oil are we going to use today?
Today we have our honeysuckle out. Very nice relaxing scent.
You can smell the honeysuckle.
Yes.
All right, so we're just gonna mix it around a little bit. There you go. You want to pour?
I will
Pour
pour
them
in.
into the trays.
Okay.
And this is very similar to the lip balms you make too, the recipe.
Yes, the recipe is very similar. However, with the lip balms, we do use a flavoring. We don't use essential oils on them.
Okay.
And we obviously pour them into lip balm tubes and scrape them level before we finish capping and labeling them.
And lots of different flavors, huh?
Yes, we have about a half a dozen flavors, and we have some of your basic strawberries and cherries to some more unique lemon mints and oranges.
And
So
this
they just
looks
have to
really
sit.
nice. Yep.
Yes,
How
we let
long
them we let them sit. They usually take about 3 hours until they get a nice firmness to them that we can get them out of the molds without bumping them or you know,
Yeah, denting them.
denting the mold on top.
And when they're all done, they look like a little bee in a hive.
All right, Tiffany, one last project. You're going to show us how to make a beeswax candle.
Yes, I have one of our larger molds here. It is a honeycomb pillar candle, and we have our wax all melted down.
And that's just this giant slab of wax melted.
Yes,
melted
yeah,
down?
we break off a good chunk of that and we heat it so it turns into liquid.
Smells good.
On our candles, we use all 100% cotton wicks.
Why is that important?
We like to stay away from the wicks that have metal in them because we don't want to burn off any metals into the air. We try to keep them natural and healthy. The benefit of beeswax is you're not burning a petroleum-based candle in your house. So we'll add to it by keeping it with 100% candle wick just to keep on that healthy environment in our homes.
And how long will it take for this one to set up?
Our larger pillar candles take a little bit longer to set up just because of the volume. This one we would actually have to let sit overnight. So about 12 hours until it's a nice good firmness that it's not going to wreck any of the imprinting as we take it out. But we have one that we poured up earlier, and Kim can take the banding off of that and we'll show you what they look like when they come out. And that one's nice and firmly set up so you can just give it a good tug and pull it out.
Pretty. And you see your wick already.
Wow, it looks great. Will this burn longer than a normal candle?
Yes, a beeswax candle typically burns twice as long as a paraffin candle, a typical oil-based store-bought candle. And there's many health benefits to beeswax candles. They don't give off that petroleum product in your home. They also draw in dusts and odors in your home. They release off a negative ion, I believe it is called, that helps bring those dusts and odors and actually draws them out of the air versus masking them with scents.
All right, so Tiffany, where can people find your products?
Right now, we are a small business, so you can find our products on our website, or we also attend a lot of craft shows in the area, and you can log on to Facebook. We usually post on there at what shows we're going to be attending next. Or you can always give us a call, and we can let you know where to find us in the community.
The perfect holiday gift? Wild Creek Bee Farm will create made-to-order baskets with whatever product, scents, and flavors you'd like.
And they gave us a whole bunch of products to share with all of you. So just go to our Facebook page, like the proper photo, and tell us why you'd like to try some of these great products for your chance to win.
Don't go away. Our food segment this month will make it easier than ever for you to get your veggies all winter long.
Our next segment is all about food. We have some great ideas for your holiday entertaining or when you want some warm comfort food with a twist.
We stopped by the Mansion House in Summit Hill where Chef Barry Regal turned on the ovens to transform our idea of salad.
When wintertime comes around, it gets cold. A lot of people forget that we still need to eat salads. So the last thing you want to do is come in out of the cold to a cold salad on your plate. So today I'm going to show you 3 warm preparations for salads that are not only healthy, but warm and cozy.
All right.
We're going to start with a grilled romaine Caesar salad. So if you'd like, you could split those hearts of romaine in 2.
Okay.
And over here, we're going to roast some tomatoes.
Just right in the pan?
Right in the pan. And we'll need a pinch of salt and pepper.
When you say a pinch.
That's a pinch. And then we're just going to pop those in the oven and let them roast away.
Gonna put them on the plate like this?
Hard up, yep, like that. And now drizzle some olive oil right onto them.
Is this gonna be the final presentation? Should I make this a little prettier?
No,
Okay.
No, they're not hot
Because I'm
yet,
like, I was gonna
Bree.
make like, yeah.
They haven't been cooked yet.
It's gonna like, I should go big one, little one, big one.
All right.
And then do they get salt and pepper too?
You could put a little salt and pepper on there, a pinch.
A little more, I think. My pinch was a small pinch.
All right, then we'll take them over to the grill and we'll just lay them heart down.
So we're just gonna, I never roasted lettuce before.
Most people haven't.
Roasted
And a lot
romaine.
of
Sounds
times-
interesting.
When people look at the menu and see a grilled Caesar salad, they're like, hot? Yeah, hot. After they have it, they love it.
Now we just flip them over.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that one looks really nice right there. That's a good one. Gotta get that little guy too.
Okay.
Okay.
You may sprinkle your Parmesan on there.
Okay, how much cheese am I putting on?
All depends how much you like. Are you a cheese person?
Oh, I like
Yes.
cheese.
Yes.
Aren't most people cheese people?
Most.
What do you think, Rhea? Is that enough cheese?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
And these guys, we're just gonna sprinkle over. We got the olive oil and the salt and pepper in there. Some people like to even use garlic in with the roasted tomatoes. And then we want to just sprinkle and drizzle our dressing on there.
Pretty.
Very nice.
And finish with croutons.
Very nice.
Gotta love croutons.
And you have a grilled Caesar salad.
I love this
Nice
idea.
and warm and ready to go.
Yeah, that's great.
That was perfect. What are we making next?
Next, we're going to do a warm wilted seafood salad. First, one of you could please chop that romaine and put it in that bowl.
Okay. Chop, chop, chop.
Then
chop.
we'll need a little of our olive oil in the pan.
How much?
Keep going. That's good.
Okay.
We'll let that get a little hot. And now we need our shrimp
Right in the pan?
right in the pan. And our scallops. And you could add lobster if you wanted, or you could add crab meat, any kind of seafood like that.
I'm just gonna turn them all over.
Yep.
You know, shrimp, it's easy to tell when it's done. It turns pretty red. How do you know with scallops?
Scallops, one is if they're fresh scallops, you don't have to worry if they're all the way well done. But the way you tell is when they start cracking around the edges, then you'll know that they're done. Okay, let's add some white wine.
Oh, we're bringing out the good stuff.
You're good.
Okay, so that looks like a half a glass to me.
Okay. You drink small. You drink small glasses. Mine are a bit bigger. And we need a pinch of Old Bay seasoning. Then we'll need a little bit of garlic and a little bit of shallot. And let's give it a pinch of salt and pepper. And do you know what saute means? It means jump. This is a saute pan, so we make it jump.
Kim, your turn.
Zach, I just want you to know you asked for it.
Yeah, I'm stepping back.
Now you don't want to push.
You don't
just
want to lose all
pull.
the juice.
Pull. You're so much better at it than me.
I've been doing it for a little while.
We're adding a little more wine.
Always a little more wine.
Marie, I noticed you're backing up again.
So don't leave that garlic in there. Scratch that in. That's good stuff.
And then someone can garnish with a little lemon, and those are called watermelon radishes.
Put them on to make it pretty.
Anywhere you want, just to make it look pretty.
Make it look pretty. And are we squeezing these or leaving them whole
Nope, just
for the
leave them
person
on
to
there.
put them on to squeeze them themselves?
And we take a pinch of microgreens and we top it right off with that.
Microgreens are good.
Yep. All right, so one more salad to do. What are we going to make next?
Sauteed spinach salad. Tons of vitamins, nice dark greens. Great for wintertime.
All right.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is heat our pan. and add a little olive oil. Okay, and someone can dice some nice fresh tomatoes.
All right, I will dice the tomato. Nice sharp knife. Am I making them small enough?
That's perfect.
He was worried about your hand awfully close there.
That's good. Don't do any more. Then we have to brown off some bacon. And you could use prosciutto or whatever you want to use if you don't really want to use bacon. Swish it around a little bit while you add some garlic and shallots.
All the tomatoes just go right in?
You want to get all those great flavors off of your pan with, of course, white wine. Keep going. There you go.
So that's all it is. It's just getting everything unstuck from the pan.
Yeah, and a lot of what you're getting there, see how it changed colors?
Yeah.
Is all that great flavor
Just all mingled.
that you didn't want to wash away.
Yeah.
All right. We have spinach, and we're just going to dump that right in.
Popeye would be proud.
Yes, he would. Anybody want to try jumping that one?
Go ahead, Bree.
All right, ready?
That's good. Don't, I wouldn't even press your luck. There you go. There you go.
That was a big one. It was a two-hander.
And when we're wilted about like that, we're ready to serve.
Time to eat. This is my favorite part of our cooking segments when we get to try all this great food.
Barry, tell us what else is on your menu here at the Mansion House.
Well, besides the salads, there's a lot of fresh seafood, a lot of food that's prepared in a traditional recipe manner with my own flair. We always offer a wide pub menu with burgers, sandwiches, and munchies.
This is awesome.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Great.
The Mansion House in Summit Hill is a great restaurant, and Chef Barry Regal wants you to enjoy some of the delicious salads or other items on the menu.
Just go to our Facebook page, check out the photos in our November album, and let us know which one of the warm salads you would like to try for a chance to win a $25 gift certificate. Good luck.
Talk of the Town will be right back with some great winter tips to keep your car in tip-top shape all season long.
As the temperatures begin to drop, we all start thinking about winter.
And don't forget to think about your car.
We're here at Carbon Career and Technical Institute.
So let's get to work.
Instructor Hal Resch works with dozens of students in the Auto Service and Technology Department at CCTI, and these award-winning mechanics know their vehicles.
A lot of them that have come through the program have gone on and they're still working out in the trade since I started. And that's a great thing to see somebody come back that I might not even recognize because they've changed over the 28 years, but they're still working in the field and they're advancing themselves. They're getting to own places or become managers, and they all started out here as 15, 16-year-olds.
The automotive students were eager to share key winterizing tips, starting with making sure your tires are ready for bad weather.
Brendan, what exactly do we need to know about winter tires?
One of the most important things to look for is your tread depth, and you can do that with a simple tread depth tool that you can pick up at most automotive stores. So you're going to want to take your tool and make sure you're not on a wear bar. That's very important. They're going to be all along the tire, and just push down lightly until it feels even. Then from there you're going to take it and you're going to look at which line comes up flush with the top of it, which in this case it would be 10. These are good tires. These would be good for winter.
These look like they're almost new.
Yes, they look really good.
So as you can see here along the sidewall, everything, all your lettering's still visible. All your tread seems good. It's nice and even. There's no feathering, which would be an indication of steering issues. Okay, one of the most important things you're going to want to look for is dry rot in your tires. As you can see here, it looks dry. It's starting to crack. And that comes with age of tires.
Yeah, these aren't so
worn down.
shiny and new.
Yeah, it's completely worn too on this side compared to that one.
Yeah. Another thing, what causes that could be worn out suspension parts, parts missing, different things like that with steering and suspension. All right, so another very important thing to look for when winterizing a vehicle will be tire pressure. A lot of these tire pressure gauges you can pick up almost anywhere very inexpensively. This is something you can do at home.
And this is the info from the door, right?
Yes.
So how many pounds of pressure in this tire?
35. This should read 35.
Now, do they change at all from winter to summer?
Not really. When it changes whether it's hot or cold, you never want to do this while your vehicle's warm. You want to do it while it's cold. So that's right where it needs to be.
Perfect.
So next we're going to torque the lug nuts to make sure everything's tight and it's to the proper tightness that it should be. This is one of those things that most people are going to want to go to a garage for because torque wrenches tend to be expensive. However, they're very accurate.
I've already had lug nuts that I couldn't get off.
Yeah.
And is that because they're just put on with an air gun too tight?
That's what a lot of people do. I mean, some people crank them on with an air gun and they're too tight, and you run into issues when you need to change it.
So this way you're always sure you can change your tire if you need to.
So now let's see if Brendan did a good job that we can, change this tire on our own. Hey, no problem.
Wow. Yeah, there you go.
So I could easily, if I had to, change the tire on the road.
Now it's time to check under the hood.
And Miranda is going to tell us all about the fluids.
We'll start right here. This is windshield wiper fluid. And this is an important one, especially during winter, because if you have like ice on your stuff and frost and stuff, you're gonna want to use your washer fluid.
A lot of it. A lot of it in the winter, right?
Yeah, definitely. If you're a little low on it, you can actually add alcohol to it. You can just household alcohol.
Like rubbing alcohol?
Yeah.
Just to make it stretch a little farther till you get to the store.
Yeah.
We know this one we can do ourselves. Are these things we should be doing ourselves, or we should be coming to people like you?
Brake fluid, definitely go to a technician because there's special tools, and if you get that on your paint, it'll eat your paint away.
If someone wants to check their antifreeze at home, what do they need to do?
Well, one good thing would be to have a hydrometer, which checks the density of the coolant. So to do that, you want to squeeze this, make sure there's not really any pressure, and definitely make sure it's not hot. Hot will come up and it can burn you, and you get burned at like 140, and this can go up to like 240 or above. So you just want to take one of these and just make sure that nothing splashes out and burns you. Then you take this, you put it in here, and you want to give it a squeeze, let it fill up, and you want to put it back in to neutralize the tool. You want to put it back in again, take this, put it up like this. You don't want to get this anywhere. You definitely don't want to drink this or anything. It's very harmful to humans and animals. As you can see that if you read there, that says that there's 5 wafers up, and there is 5, so that's perfect. It's at -34, so that's perfect. That's exactly where you want to be at.
So that lets you know you don't have to change this. We're good.
Yep.
So what if it comes up bad?
Then you want to flush your coolant. If it comes up to 6, which is not safe, you want to do a coolant flush. We have a machine for that.
So we need to take it to the garage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
One final thing to check under the hood, the oil.
Pull it, wipe it, put it back in, and then you can check it. As you can see, see how it's just a little bit black, but it's kind of translucent? So that means it's getting there, but it's not bad yet. You still got life in this oil.
And that looks full too, right?
Yep.
So you don't need to add any oil?
No, this is good.
The next really important thing when winterizing your car is to make sure you have good, clean wiper blades.
Well, here to tell us all about windshield wipers is Amber. What do we need to do first?
We use rubbing alcohol to clean the windshield wipers.
Just a little on a towel and wipe?
Yeah.
It's pretty easy, not too tough.
Look, dirt. Dirtier than I thought.
When you get new wiper blades, you have to read the directions so that you don't mess it up or break anything.
They're expensive too, so when you're buying new wipers, I guess it really is important to make sure you don't mess it up. I've already done that.
How do you know when you need new wiper blades?
Well, some of them, they dry rot and they get really dirty and they smudge. And then some of them, they are cracked and ripped.
So if you see something flapping,
Yeah,
you know it's time, right?
Yeah, and probably they're not cleaning your window anymore either.
Yeah.
All right, now let's see how well these windshield wipers work.
So Amber, how do we know if those windshield wipers are doing a good job?
Well, the whole windshield wiper, well, the windshield should be clean. There should be no dirt in the view of the driver. And 1, 2, and 3, it should be done.
Mr. Resch, your students did a great job taking us through on some of the winterizing tips.
But we know that there are some things that happen inside the car you wanted to show us because they give you a clue about what's really going on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The lights, we call them the icons or the warning lights that are on the dash. There's a lot of warning lights today, and they transition from on to off as the key is turned on or you push the button to start the vehicle. And you should be very familiar with those lights, what they are, what they mean. And whenever one of those lights come on the dash, please don't ignore it. Take it to a garage and get it looked at immediately. And always make sure that that fuel gauge is above half.
You don't want to run out of gas.
Absolutely.
Good advice.
Okay.
So now you have lots of tips to be prepared.
So make sure you winterize your car. And whatever you do, be the talk of the town.
We'll have to.
Now let me say before you. There's oil in there. You know what it is? It's vapor lock.
I didn't know I was so weak.